Have you ever made a decision that felt completely right in the moment, only to realize months later that it slowly changed everything about your life? What if I told you that one of the most common decisions families make for their elderly loved ones, a decision made out of love, could actually strip away the very things that keep older adults alive and thriving? I'm talking about nursing homes. And before you click away, I know what you're thinking. Nursing homes are for people who need care. What's wrong with getting help? Here's what most people don't find out until it's too late. Moving into a nursing home doesn't just change where you live, it changes who you are. Today I'm sharing 6 hard truths that most families only discover after the move has already been made. Things doctors don't warn you about, things the brochures never mention. And if you have a parent, a grandparent, or if you yourself are over 60 and thinking about your future, stay with me until the very end. Because truth number 5 is the one that surprises people the most, and it could change the most important decision you ever make. If you find value in videos like this, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell. It helps me keep making content that could genuinely protect you and the people you love. Now let's get into it. The biggest shock after moving into a nursing home isn't the small room. It isn't the unfamiliar faces or the set meal times. It's the realization that you've lost control over your own life. Imagine it's a quiet Tuesday morning. You wake up, stretch, and decide you want a cup of coffee before everyone else is up. You shuffle to the kitchen, make it exactly the way you like, 2 sugars, a splash of cream, and sit by the window with your favorite book. Simple, ordinary, completely yours. Now imagine that morning no longer exists. That's what thousands of nursing home residents experience every single day. And research from the National Institute on Aging confirms what many of them already feel. The loss of personal autonomy is one of the leading drivers of psychological decline in older adults. Here's why. When you enter a facility, your schedule is no longer your own. Meals happen at set times, whether you're hungry or not. Lights out is enforced, whether you're tired or not. Want to go for a walk? You may need to wait for a staff member to be available. Want to decide what to eat? That choice often comes down to whatever is on today's menu. These aren't just inconveniences. Researchers call this learned helplessness, and it's especially dangerous for people over 50. When your brain stops making decisions, it loses the practice. Studies published in journals like The Gerontologist show that reduced autonomy is directly linked to faster cognitive decline. If you're still watching, comment the word health below. It tells me you're serious about protecting yourself and the people you love. Now, if home care is an option, explore it first. Visiting nurse programs, meal delivery services, medical alert systems. These provide safety without surrendering independence. The goal is to get help, not to hand over your life. Now, this next part is what most families don't anticipate, and honestly, it's the one that breaks my heart most. When a loved one moves into a nursing home, families often feel relief. They're safe. They're being looked after. We can visit on weekends, and in the beginning, they do visit, often. But here's where it gets really alarming. According to research from the AARP, social isolation in nursing home residents is nearly epidemic. Studies show that over 60% of residents report feeling lonely most of the time, even in facilities full of other people. Because surrounded by strangers is not the same as surrounded by love. Visits slow down. Life gets busy. And for the person inside those walls, the world outside keeps moving without them. This isn't about blame. Families love their elders deeply, but the structure of nursing home life makes it easy to assume everything is fine. And the residents themselves go quiet. They don't want to be a burden. They put the phone down instead of calling. Harvard researchers studying loneliness have found it carries health risks comparable to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. For people over 50, chronic loneliness accelerates heart disease, weakens the immune system, and dramatically speeds up cognitive decline. If your loved one is already in a facility, schedule visits on the calendar like an appointment. Video calls count. A handwritten letter counts. Show up even when everything seems fine, especially then. Comment your age below. I want to know who I'm helping today. Most people think moving into a nursing home means trading responsibility for rest. No more cooking, no more chores, no more worrying about the yard. Sounds peaceful, right? But here's where it gets really alarming. And this is the part that shocked me most. Think about a man named George, 84 years old, a carpenter his entire life, strong hands that spent 6 decades building things, and now, nothing to build, nothing to fix, nothing to create, just hands in his lap, staring at a wall. I feel useless, he told me one day, and that feeling, it doesn't just hurt people, it kills them, not metaphorically, literally. The World Health Organization has identified loss of purpose as a primary contributor to early mortality in older adults. When the brain no longer has goals, problems to solve, things to contribute, it begins to shut down. This is especially pronounced in people over 50, whose identity is often deeply tied to what they do. The science is clear. Meaningful activity isn't a luxury for older adults. It's medicine. Whether it's container gardening, mentoring younger people over video call, teaching a skill, or simply having a daily routine they control, purpose must be protected, not accidentally surrendered. If your loved one is considering a facility, ask, what will you be responsible for there? What will give your days meaning? If there's no good answer, that's a red flag. Now here's a truth that sounds impossible, but the data doesn't lie. Many people who move into nursing homes in good health deteriorate faster than they would have at home. And the reason is something researchers call disuse syndrome. Think about your daily life right now. Even if it feels routine, you're doing more than you realize. Walking to the kitchen, lifting grocery bags, bending to pick things up, navigating stairs, making constant small decisions. All of that movement and mental engagement is keeping your body and brain sharp. Inside a care facility, most of that disappears. Meals are brought to you. Cleaning is done for you. You move less, decide less, exert less. A study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society found that nursing home residents experience significantly faster muscle loss, balance deterioration, and cognitive decline than people living at home, even those with similar health profiles at the start. This is especially dangerous for people over 50 because muscle loss at this stage of life compounds quickly. Losing just 10% of your muscle strength can be the difference between walking independently and needing a wheelchair within months. If a facility is necessary, demand to see their physical activity program. Ask how many hours per day residents spend moving. Ask about occupational therapy. Movement is non-negotiable, regardless of where someone lives. Comment, I had no idea, if any of these have surprised you so far. Most families tour a nursing home and see clean hallways, friendly staff, organized rooms. What they don't see, because they can't, is what daily life actually feels like from the inside. The World Health Organization defines dignity as a fundamental human right, the right to privacy, the right to bodily autonomy, the right to be treated as a person, not a patient. And countless studies of nursing home experiences show this right is quietly, unintentionally eroded every single day. Doors knocked on, but not waited for. Personal care assisted by strangers. Decisions made on your behalf without your input. Schedules, meal times, bedtimes, all dictated by institutional necessity, not individual preference. For people over 50 who have spent decades as fully independent adults, this shift is not just uncomfortable. Researchers call it institutionalization, and it happens faster than anyone expects. If a facility is the right choice, look specifically for nursing homes with resident-directed care models. These facilities prioritize individual schedules, personal choice in daily activities, and staff trained to communicate rather than just coordinate. They exist. You just have to ask for them. And the question to ask on every tour is this: how do residents direct their own daily routines here? And this is the final truth, perhaps the most important one for anyone making this decision right now. When families move a loved one into a nursing home, they often frame it as temporary. Let's try it and see. If it doesn't work out, we'll figure something else out. But leaving a nursing home is not simple. After weeks and months of reduced physical activity, many residents become genuinely less capable of managing at home, not because of their original condition, but because of what the facility itself did to their body and their confidence. The very care designed to help them has made them more dependent. On top of that, the home may have been sold or modified. Savings may have been spent on facility fees, which according to the Genworth Cost of Care Survey, average over $90,000 per year for a private room. And family dynamics shift. The new normal sets in. Research from the Kaiser Family Foundation found that the majority of nursing home admissions that begin as short-term transitions become permanent within 6 months. This isn't to say nursing homes are wrong for everyone. Some people genuinely need that level of care, and the right facility can be a lifeline. But the decision needs to be made with full information, not out of fear, urgency, or convenience. Explore every alternative first: adult day programs, in-home aids, assisted living communities with preserved independence, multi-generational living arrangements. The options are wider than most people realize. So let's bring it all together. The silent loss of independence. The loneliness that sets in even in a crowded facility. The devastating effect on purpose and the will to live. How physical health declines faster than expected. How dignity erodes in ways you can't see on a tour. And how leaving, once you're in, is far harder than getting there. None of this means nursing homes are always the wrong choice. It means they are a serious decision. And serious decisions deserve serious thought. So here's my question for you. Which of these 6 truths surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. And if this video helped you think more clearly about this decision for yourself or someone you love, please share it with someone you care about. One conversation could change everything. In our next video, we're revealing 7 warning signs that a nursing home may be neglecting your loved one right now. Signs most families miss until serious harm has already been done. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Take care of yourself and take care of each other.